Hey guys, it's Jill. I'm actually laying in bed and I can't sleep. It's around 3:50 in the morning here in New York. And for some reason I just am tossing and turning. I can't sleep for anything. So, I'm sorry it's in the dark, but I figured I would just make a little vlog. I just wanted to thank everyone who has left me comments this evening. It's so sweet. It really is. It's so touching, you know? I just checked my email and I saw so many comments from you guys, and it's just extremely encouraging, and I just wanted to say thank you again. And I promise I will get back to everybody tomorrow when I am on the computer. I can't respond from my phone, so don't think I'm ignoring anyone. Anyway, so I wanted to share a personal part of my life, I guess. It was kind of the breaking point that led me off my, my weight loss path and whatnot. So I guess I will start from the beginning. I was dating this guy, and I can't really even refer to him as like this guy. He was pretty much the love of my life. And it was my birthday, and he was on his way to my house, and he got into a motorcycle accident. And I had absolutely no idea. I had gotten a call from his phone about a half hour after he was supposed to come over to my house, because I was like, what the heck is going on? I haven't heard from you, and I'm concerned. And so I answered my phone and I said, hey, where are you? And it was actually the paramedics. And they said, you know, he's been in a motorcycle accident. He's unconscious. They told me to come down to the hospital. They were really sure of what was going on at that point. So, I headed down there, and the police wanted to ask me a couple of questions, and they had me in the kind of in the hallway, and they wheeled him past me. I think the doctors, nurses, obviously they need to wheel the patient, down the hallway. They don't know who you are, so. But I happened to see him, and he was unconscious. They were breathing for him, all that crazy stuff, right? Anyway, to make a long story short, he was in a vegetative state. Apparently, on the scene, he was dead for 15 minutes before the paramedics were able to bring him back. And so, he was in the hospital for 6 months. He held on for 6 months. At the end, he literally weighed 90 pounds. If that, he might have weighed like around 80. He was 6'2" and a skeleton. You could see every single bone in his face, and his temples were sunken in. There was absolutely nothing left to him. And I still went to the hospital every day and, wiped the drool from his face and just, tried to be there. Because whether he knew that I was there or not, I wanted to be there. Anyway, 6 months past the date of his accident, he passed away. He he couldn't hold on anymore, and like I said, he was in a vegetative state, and you obviously cannot come out of that. It wasn't like a coma where some people can come out of that and be okay after a while. There was absolutely no brain function, high, low, anything, nothing. So I had to deal with that. Had his funeral, and all that. And about a month and a half after that, my father had open heart surgery. This is the part, like, this gets me even harder than my boyfriend. So my father had open heart surgery. Things went okay, so they thought. And they had taken an x-ray, and they found that he had a major tumor in his lung. So we had to deal with that. He wound up, from the heart surgery, he wound up getting a staph infection in his heart, through his blood, everything. He was staying with me, recuperating, and he just didn't look good. He was feeling like crap, he had a fever, and I said, listen, you need to go back to the hospital. He didn't want to, he said, I just want to get under the blanket, I just want to sleep, I'm cold, I'm tired, he was sick, he had about 103 fever that night. So I took him over to one of the hospitals around here, and they ran tests. They treated him for pneumonia. He didn't have pneumonia, clearly. And they took the chest x-ray, and, there was a tumor in his lung the size of my fist, So they admitted him, and they ran a bunch of tests, and that's when they realized, that he had a staph infection through his blood. They put him on vancomycin, which is pretty standard for staph infections. He was responding pretty well to that, and they said they were going to keep him there for another 2 weeks. And, I came in, and I was visiting him, of course, and he calls me one morning, and he tells me that he has the worst headache that he has ever had in his life. Now, that's an automatic red flag. Anyone who knows, about medicine and about, health and well-being, that the worst headache you've ever had in your life could very well be, an aneurysm. So anyway, I told him, I said, listen, I'm going to come in. And he said, don't come in. I'm not going to be very good company. So I wound up not coming in, but I called the nurse's station. And I said, could you please check on him because something's wrong? And they said, no. We just went in there. We checked on him. He's doing fine. I said, all right, but that's not normal for him. Anyway, the day goes by,